So I am proud to say that as of Friday afternoon, I signed into law the county's acceptance of a deed of easement, a conservation easement, from the citizens of Somerset Crossing, thereby prohibiting for all time any power lines going through their neighborhood or Green Hill or Haymarket. Now, Ms. Schlossberg and I have had a series of disputes over the last several years about a lot of other issues. We won't mention those. But we can admit and we can agree on one thing here. The Dominion's attempts to go through those neighborhoods as well as through Dominion Valley and Heritage Hunt amounts to no less than corporate vandalism.
Yeah.
The occasion for us coming together is the placement in a very strange area of a data center. Normally you think of a data center as something that would be in an industrial zone area. Why? Because of the necessity for power lines, 230 kilovolt, 100, 120 foot high structures. You can do it, but after 300 feet away from a power line, it must be put underground, and the expense must be borne by the owner of the data center, not the ratepayers of Dominion, and not the taxpayers of Virginia. A business decision should be borne by the business itself and the stockholders.
Yes.
If Amazon presses ahead, either move the data center to an area where it is physically appropriate and zoning-wise appropriate, or insist that you will not build this unless it's built underground.
Something that's playing out, I think, all over this country in many ways, and there is this issue of the one versus the multitude. And the one in this case is one corporate enterprise, and God bless them, we need corporate enterprises, but it is one, and they have needs and desires and wishes, and then they're faced with an absolute multitude of people who are going to be impacted. If this project goes through, it will suppress property values for every single person sitting in this room. So we've got a question. Do we simply enhance the property values for one corporate citizen, or do we do it for the hundreds and hundreds, well over 1,000 people? For most people, it's the major investment in their lives. Should that be suppressed in order to help this one company? No. There seems to be some opposition to that.
There's only three options, and so it's more of a limited resolution. Well, obviously now it needs to be updated. We need to include these other routes as routes the Board of County Supervisor officially does not support, and that again reaffirms our commitment that or our desire to have the 66 route be the preferred option.
We set aside land in order for these high-intensity factories and plants and data centers to be constructed. For some reason, they didn't like this. They said, no. We've got a little bit better place. It's going to perhaps enhance our profits a little bit. I really do not care about enhancing their profits. I care about enhancing.
We're used to fighting for our property rights. We're used to fighting for our property values. We're used to fighting for our open spaces. We're used to fighting for our historic land. And I'll tell you, and I'll tell everyone who's listening right here, they picked a fight with the wrong people.
Yes.